Caleb Sweethand's plant, IBF super middleweight champion of the world. And if you're looking to take your training to the next level or even be a world champion like myself, I suggest Victor Kate's Fighters Training Sack. It's got everything you need.
Firstly, Saudi Arabia, obviously all sorts of news coming out of there. They're testing air raid sirens in Riyadh. You've got a show there December the 7th, huge world heavyweight title clash between Joshua and Ruiz. Were there any concerns about that fight going ahead as a result of what's happened there recently?
Not right now. I mean, last week we had a full production meeting there, broadcasters were there, business as usual. Obviously there's nothing coming from any governments to say no one should travel there or to where the event will be held. Everyone's very confident, everyone's happy to proceed, and we're looking forward to a great show December 7th.
Is it a concern, though, that obviously boxing is a bit dodgy anyway because of injuries and whatever else, whole cards can go. This is now an international conflict that seems to be sort of looming over it. Is that a concern as a promoter?
Not really, I haven't felt that. I haven't had anyone approaching me saying so. I haven't had the GSA out there or the promoters out there having any concern about anything. We'll monitor it, obviously, and if we get advised and the event can't take place, then we have to make alternative plans. But that's not even part of the mindset right now, and I don't see that being a problem.
Have you been in touch with them since what happened with the explosion?
All our teams were out there on Thursday. We had all the broadcasters out there, all logistical meetings, going through everything. And like I said, everything's like clockwork out there. So all excited and ready to go. We've got 10 weeks on Saturday, so fighters taking part in the camp now, and looking forward to it.
Often it can be the broadcasters that get a bit twitchy about things like that. Obviously there's multiple broadcasters involved here. Are any of them concerned? Everything's fine with them from their point of view?
Absolutely. They've all been there for the meetings, talking about the production, talking about the feeds, talking about start times. No one involved with the show has mentioned anything about that in the last week.
Billy Joe Saunders obviously is part of the KSI Logan Paul card, which is a bit of a shock. A lot of people saying it's a bit of a strange one that such a decorated world champion is on an undercard like that. What's your sort of side of the story?
I think it's genius. Why wouldn't you want, for a guy that you need to give exposure to in America, why wouldn't you try and expose him to a huge audience and a potential new audience that aren't necessarily engaged in boxing yet? So what we try and do is we've got this huge audience engaging with us for November 9th, Logan Paul against KSI. So we need to showcase world-class championship boxing and people that will make them fall in love with the sport. Billy Joe Saunders and Devin Haney are two guys that are perfect to do that. So I think it's a great opportunity for them and a good opportunity for boxing as well.
Did he take any convincing, Bill?
No, I mean, I'm not sure he even knows who they are. But sort of he trusts us. I spoke to his management team, MTK. Everybody sort of understands. Big card, big show, big crowd, big audience. Why would you want to box on one card where you can box on another that's 20 times bigger? So, these people say, Logan Paul and KSI, who are they? I'll tell you who they are. They're geniuses that have built a brand and developed an audience like nobody else can. And they're making the most of it.
Did you have any reservations about getting involved in this talk?
No, the first time I tried to sort of park it up, man. I didn't know they were.
The Manchester one?
Yeah, I said, where is it? Manchester Arena. I was just laughed at it, and I said, who's broadcasting? It's on pay-per-view. I couldn't stop laughing. Next thing I've heard, it's sold out. It's done 1.4 million pay-per-view buys. It's huge. It could be the biggest fight of the year. So when they asked me to get involved in the rematch, I was like, I've got to do it. But I know I'm going to get stick, but who cares? I get stick every day. And I think if we can bring this audience into the sport, keep them there, it's amazing for the sport. What are you going to do? Just not try and bring in a new audience to the sport? It'll just stagnate.
Do you think there's a danger, though, that they won't really engage with the boxing side of it? They'll still just care about KSI Logan?
That's our job.
How do you go about that?
They're there by showcasing great boxing. Why do we love the sport? We've been it, we've seen it, we've felt it, we've touched it, we fell in love with it. Let them do the same. But if they're watching Devin, if they're watching Billy Joe, hopefully they go, wow, who are these guys? It's amazing. How many people are going to watch the show? I don't know, 20 million worldwide. If 1% stay, that's great for the sport of boxing. If 10% stay, that's amazing for the sport of boxing. So, that's our job once we get them there, to keep them engaged, not just for November the 9th, but over the period.
One final one about Dylan White, still awaiting news from him. What's the score there?
I'm in the same boat as you, waiting for news. His lawyers are dealing with it. We want a resolution, we want closure on this. He can fight tomorrow, he can fight tonight. He's not banned, he's not suspended, he's cleared to fight. But I still think, to save you asking me every time you see me and the media and the fans as well. Everybody wants closure on this so we can move forward.
When do you think he'll be back out?
Possibly December, but I'm being told that hopefully we should get a resolution in October.
Are you in regular contact with him?
Yeah, I speak to him, and he doesn't really tell me too much about it. It is confidential between, and he doesn't want to break that confidentiality or anything. I've got a big mouth anyway. I always tell you guys more than I should, but I believe in him. I feel sorry that he can't put his case across to the public, and he's having a tough time, but got to get through it, deal with it, and come out the other side.
Cheers, Ed.